Excuse me. Well, oh, great. Headlights. What little bit of light. Fat girl at dark. So, I'm back at it. For those of you who don't know, I had to have knee surgery in August. ACL reconstruction. Apparently, I tore my ACL enough that required them to put a cadaver tendon in for my replacement. That was much worse than I expected it. My doctor was, oh, it's going to be easy. You'll be back on your feet in a few days, and you'll be okay to go up and down stairs in a couple weeks. No, it took me till January before I was able to go up a flight of stairs without feeling like my whole leg was going to come apart. So I haven't been to the gym. I hurt myself in February. Figured I would just twisted my knee and it would be okay and we'll all just be better, and no. So I put it off. So I haven't really been to the gym in a really, really long time. So, and I just had some blood tests done and some of the numbers didn't come back like I wanted to. My cholesterol's getting better. It's the same as it was. It's not real high, but my LDL's a little high. My HDL's in normal ranges again. It was low, but it's back up to where it was. The LDL went down, so we're trending in the right direction. Couple things that did concern me is that my sugars and my A1C were up a little bit. Sugars, I think, is because I didn't fast right. They didn't explain to me that I needed to fast for a full 12 hours. They just said fast, and so I had my doctor's appointment, or had my blood drawn at 6:30, so I stopped eating at 10 when I went to bed. No, apparently that's not quite long enough. I should have stopped eating at 6:30 the night before. So anyway, no worries on that. I am concerned that the A1C is up, though, a little bit, because that's not a one-time number. That's a 3-month average kind of thing. So got to work on that. Also, so my family's probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but I feel like since my surgery, I have had one health issue after another health issue after another health issue after another health issue. And they all seem to be related to the fact that there's some sort of underlying viral infection, high level, got a boil within 3 days of the surgery under my arm. Thought it was an ingrown hair, blew it off, but it took almost a full month for it to do its thing and drain. A month after my surgery, I started to get this small rash around one of the small incisions that was about the size of a golf ball, and it itched like mad. So brought it up to the surgeon. Yeah, he didn't know what it was. He didn't think it was a big deal. A couple weeks later, I got another boil right in between my cleavage area. So I don't shave there, so it didn't know what that was about. Again, that took almost a month for it to go away. And then, what else? I started being sick all the time. I was getting a fever. I was getting headaches. I get headaches, but I getting them more often. I got more migraines than I've had in years. And started having problems with my blood pressure sort of spiking up and down and then being elevated last month. I also, the rash on my leg got to be the size of a softball. Finally went to the skin doctor and she took a biopsy to see if it was a staph infection. Like, great, that's freaking me out. Turns out it's not a staph infection. It's called psoriasiform dermatitis. Looks like psoriasis, not psoriasis. Not contagious, but also could be caused by a virus of 50 different kinds of viruses. So she gave me an antibiotic for when she thought it was a staph infection. She gave me the antibiotic as a doxycycline as a precaution, and proceeded to take that for a week and a half and then immediately come down with the flu. I mean, like normal to 100.4 temperature. But of course, I go and get tested, and I don't know if my body's in denial like my brain is, but no COVID, no flu. This CVS Well Clear clinic or walk-in clinic was just like, you probably just got maybe it's too soon, blah, whatever. So anyway, virus again. And then I had an attack of vertigo, literally in my sleep. I rolled over and the world tilted upside down. I couldn't stand, I couldn't see, I couldn't walk for a good 2 minutes. I finally had to go to an ENT to have them do this thing called the Epley maneuver. And if you have vertigo and ever have to have that done, know that you're going to want to punch the person that's doing this thing to you. It's literally just rolling you around a little bit, but your eyeballs feel like they're going to come out of your head, like they're doing this. Oh my God. But it worked. But since then, I just, no. Then I got the flu. Now I've got a clogged left ear that I literally can't hear out of. The hearing aids are a waste of freaking time. I've been woken up in the middle of the night by anxiety attacks. My body is in complete revolt since the surgery, and I can't get any of the doctors to tell me what the hell's going on. I had blood tests done, but the white blood cell count came back normal, which could come back normal if you have a viral infection. But all the other things that I got going on could all be related to a viral infection. Of course, it could all be related to the fact that I'm old, that I'm fat, that I'm out of shape. And so if you bring up any of the concerns, all my doctors are just like, yeah, blah, blah, they don't really listen to me. I need a Dr. House or a Dr. Watson to tell me, look at all my symptoms. Because if this doesn't get better soon, I'm seriously considering going to my husband's endocrinologist, which did amazing things for him, or finding an infectious disease specialist. I don't know. I'm tired. Anyway, so yeah, I started back at the gym, and I'm starting slow because I need to get my cardio back up. Blood pressure's back down to normal, by the way. So I did 10 minutes on the bike, which I don't normally do the bike here at this gym, and I sort of remember why I don't really like the way theirs work. And I did some squats like I used to do in physical therapy, and I did a lot of stretching of my legs and my hips and my knees, and then I got on the treadmill for 10 minutes. So I did get my pulse rate up to 135. I figure that's good for now, considering it's the first time I've been in the gym in a year and a half doing any sort of cardio. But anyway, that is where I am. I need to go home because I'm going to make dinner. You know how much fun it is to try to do meals? I'm going to do a whole nother video on that. Because my cholesterol, my doctor recommended, and I don't want to go on medication if I can help it. So because of my cholesterol, she wants me to be on the Mediterranean diet. Okay, problem with the Mediterranean diet is there's a lot of rice and a lot of whole wheat bread and a lot of carbohydrates. I can't do that many carbohydrates. I did a sample menu from Healthline or WebMD or one of those places, and I threw it into my app to figure out all the macros. And a Mediterranean diet has like 300 grams of carbs in it per day. That's ridiculous. I'm somewhere between 80 and 100, which I'm not keto, because that's way lower than that, which is probably why my cholesterol's high, because I was doing dirty keto. I can't go down to the 25 or 30 grams of carbs like keto does. I found out my brain just doesn't work. I do dumb things like I get in the car and don't know how to start it, or can't remember how to turn the water on. My brain just doesn't work that low. But if you do too high of carbs, then you're not burning the fat, and so cholesterol. Anyway, but I also need to pay attention to the salt, because the doctor's freaking out because my blood pressure was elevated. Okay, I'll do another video on that. But then also, there's I'm trying to combine Mediterranean, a DASH diet, and low carb, which whittles you down to like water. No, I'm going to go home and see if I can make this spaghetti squash spaghetti with turkey, ground turkey. We'll see. Bye.